Hello, my friends. We are starting writing now. So, we're going to talk about review writing. So, written reviews are by people who write about, who go out in the world and try different things. So, they'll play a video game or they will go to the movies or go to a restaurant. And then after they're done with those things, they write about their opinion about that place and they write why or why not they liked it to try to convince people to go to those places or try those games. So, this is the kind of writing we are going to do for the rest of the unit. You are going to be review writers. So, we're going to convince our readers. You are going to start by stating your opinion and supplying reasons why, but also pursuing the other person. So, you are trying to get people to convince them to trust your judgment without even knowing you. So, just like review writers all around the world, you can choose to write about things that you know and love. So, some things we can write about are games, toys, movies, restaurants, your favorite TV show or cartoon, vacation places, and many more. There's so many exciting topics to choose from. So right now, I want you to pause the video and I want you to think real hard and put your thinking caps on and think about what do you want to write a review on? So I'm going to pause right here and I want you to think what you would write about and then maybe whisper it to your mom or dad or brother or sister, or you can just whisper it out loud to what idea you think you're going to write a review about. Okay, today, now that you thought about what you're going to write about, today I'm not going to teach you something. Instead, we are going to investigate and put on our detective hats to find some answers to big questions. So, one big question that we're going to think about and investigate together today is what important parts do writers make sure to include to make their reviews so convincing? So, we're going to look at some other people's reviews today and figure out why they're so convincing. And then we're going to ask ourselves, how can we do that in our reviews too? So, writers, I found some reviews. Our first review we're going to look at is the board game called Rush Hour and in Traffic Jam. And when you hear the parts that you like, I want you to keep them in the back of your head to think, oh, that's a really good idea. And then we're going to read another one about one of my favorite movies, The Incredibles. So I want you to listen to our first review. I'm going to read it to you, and I want you to think, what are some really good parts that we would like to include in our writing? So I'm going to read you the example right now. Beep, beep, boom! It's a traffic jam and the little red car can't move. It's your job to get the little red car to move. I think Rush Hour Traffic Jam is the best puzzle game. It is like a maze, but more because it's fun. You can choose from different levels to keep you thinking. There are 4 levels of difficulty. The box has easy to follow directions, and inside you will find 40 challenge cards with a solution printed on the back, just in case. You need to set up the cars and buses in a pattern on the road grid. Then your job is to move the vehicles one by one until the red car can escape. Guess what? If you don't have someone to play with, you can play with you can play the game alone. One time I waited for my brother to finish his homework and then the game kept me busy for 2 hours. Rush Hour Traffic Jam won a national award And it is also Parents' Choice recommended toy. I give it 2 thumbs up. Wow, that was such a good review. So, I want you to take a second here and pause and think about some of the great things that convinced you that you thought this was a great review. So, some that Miss Mickens thought were really good was the beginning. I liked how it used beep beep and boom in the beginning. Like, it really caught my attention. And I also liked how the author said his opinion that they think Rush Hour Traffic Jam is the best puzzle game. And then I also liked how the writer told you that you can play this game alone or you can play with a friend, and that it keeps your mind going the whole time to figure out the puzzle. And then I also liked at the end how it said it won a national award and that parents recommend and really like it. So those are 2 things that you think, "Oh wow, that's a really great game that I would want to play." And the author gave it 2 thumbs up. So it gave it a rating. So you can give it thumbs up or some stars. So those are the reasons I thought the review was really good. So now I'm going to read our second review, and I want you to keep thinking what you think what is great in this review. Maybe you like the beginning or how the author rated it or how the author told you your opinion. So I want you to have good listening ears on and really investigate what we're reading and figure out what the best parts of the review are and how we could use that in our writing. So put those listening ears on, and I'm going to start the review. Do you like reading comic books? Do you love Batman or Spider-Man or Wonder Woman? Do you ever wish you had a superpower? If you do, then you need to see The Incredibles right now. Everything you love about the superheroes in the movie. The movie is about a whole family of superheroes, except they act and sort of look like a normal family. Mr. Incredible uses the one of the toughest superheroes, but now he works in a boring office. His wife, Helen, has also given up her superhero outfit now and uses her special powers to be a mom. Their son Dash uses his super speed to be great at sports. Violet, who has the ability to turn invisible and enclose herself inside a force field, acts like any normal teen. The baby Jack doesn't seem to have any superpowers at all, at least not yet. The villain Cytrom started up the action, and the Incredibles are back in the superhero mode in no time. We love The Incredibles. This movie is nonstop fun. Last time I watched this movie, I laughed so hard my belly hurt. I recommend this movie for superhero fans of all ages. I give it 5 stars. Wow, what a review! I want you to pause right now and either rewind to rehear our review and think about some great parts that we could include in our writing. So do that right now. Okay, writers, I hope you thought of some good parts that you really liked. I want you to look at what parts you like so much and why did the writer decide to include these details. So I thought what was really great that both writings included either a 5-star rating or 2 thumbs up, giving it a review so you know how good it is. And they put it on a scale. I also liked how they told us about a little story or details about the topic that they were talking about. And I also like how they named the topic. So they said The Incredibles, and they said that they love this movie, and they gave reasons why they love this movie, and they give details why this movie is so good and how it's fun for everyone to go see. So before I send you off to go and do your writing on your own, I want you to look at my writing review that I wrote. So let me share it with you. Oh, Miss Mickens just needs it 1 second to make sure. Okay, let me see here. Oops. Let me see. Cancel. Okay, here is Miss Mickens' writing. Okay, so I did a review about Curly's ice cream. So, my review is, do you like Curly's ice cream? Curly's ice cream is the best place to get a sweet treat. There are so many ice cream flavors and toppings to pick from. Curly's is fun to go to with your friends or family. It is open every day. Their ice cream is fresh and homemade. I give it 5-star rating. So this is an example for you to see. I picked a restaurant. I picked Curly's. So some things I want you to think about as we are writing. You all have this chart. So what do review writers do to make their review so convincing? So here's a couple of things and strategies you can use to make it convincing. So today, I just want you to focus on giving a sneak peek. So I gave you a sneak peek of our topic. I told a little story. I was friendly in it, and I added a star rating. So when you're going back today, I want you to take a look at this chart and maybe use 1 or 2 or maybe 3 strategies from it. So let me stop sharing my screen and go back. Sorry, my friends. Okay, we're back. Okay, writers, now it is your turn. So, review writers, it's time to get started. Remember, when you write reviews, you're going to write using all that you already know about opinion writing. So what we did with our collections, you know how to state your opinion and you know how to give reasons why. Now I want you to go even further and think about how grown-up review writers and challenge your work that review writers in the world do when writing to convince readers. So I want you to use some of the strategies from our chart that I just showed you. So give a little sneak peek. Tell me what you're writing about, the topic. Tell me your opinion, why. Give me a rating. And you can look at my writing too about Curly's. So I want you to go and start your review writing. If you have any questions, you can, mom or dad can message me over Seesaw. So go ahead, review writers, get started. All right, bye my friends, and I'll see you tomorrow in our Zoom chat.